is the 6th seed overall and the 4th seed in their group. Nessy has chosen a hyper-random hybrid map script. So it's pretty fun that we can see hyper-random on both sides of the division. This is on a separate side to the games we've just seen. And we have Perilous Penguin, the 5th seed, the 3rd seed in the group with the home map of Enclosed. So game 1, which will see us on Enclosed. The Penguin has banned Mongols, and the Ness has banned Magyars. And game 2, I'm sorry, Kados. Game 2 on Hyper Random Hybrid, the Penguin has banned Armenians, and the Ness has banned Byzantines. Let's get into some action, hey? Thanks for coming down, Jordan. Good to see you. You have a wonderful night. Say hi to Sly for me as well. Blue is an APM machine. Yes, but we're in 2. What we've been waiting for. The return of the Nessy versus the Perilous Penguin in Nessy's first set in AOE Leagues, Season 11. Boy, oh boy. Just in time. Here we go. So, Humans versus Saracens. A little bit of counter picking here for the Penguin, but something's gone wrong with their Dark Age start there. A little bit of idle time. That's okay. You'll make it up. And Nessy going for the Humans with the 2 TC boom potential. Or are we going to see the 3 stable scout potential? Who knows? Penguin scouting for boars, but could be going forward for... Well, no, we can't lane. We know that. And Nessy doing a bit of scouting too. So, Enclosed, a fun little map. I actually like Enclosed. It's got open and closed elements to it. I think Humans, we're up fast. This is a relatively secure part. So you've got really secure wood eco. You can get really secure farm eco. And a second TC here for the Ness could be quite important. Securing a bit of gold, also having wood and the ability to do some farms as well. I almost think as the Saracen player in this situation, you almost just want to do a fast castle. Get that forward castle on the human face and play into Mamelukes and Camels. Because I think that's really hard for the human player to deal with. If you play Feudal and let them get to that Step Lancer or Night Flood, it's probably going to be too late. Saracens obviously have that sick market bonus, as we see Nessy pushing some deer, and we see Penguin pushing some deer, but laming his own deer push. Well done, well reacted. Really well reacted, actually. Well done, PP. So it will be interesting to see how the players play this one out. Humans, sometimes you feel like you just have to hit them. I wonder if we do see like forward towers, men-at-arms, big scout numbers, big archer numbers. You know, Saracen archers, no joke, can do a lot of damage. But I just think the Saracen window is probably greater with their anti-cavalry units rather than their feudal units. That's me. Kados is here. I'd love to hear his opinions. I miss my co-caster. Oh, what happened there? Bit of zoom in. Just watching some deer push. Apart from that first little 12 seconds issue that Penguin had, both players are looking pretty clean. Nessy, I famously say, has one of the cleanest Dark Ages and one of the messiest Feudal Ages. Let's see how he goes with this Cumin 2TC boom. Or is it Cumin... So he's up on 19 pop, which is incredibly fast. Now, is it 2 TCs or is it Feudal Scouts? Nessy, I just tell the truth. Actually, your feudal age is probably cleaner than mine, so I can't really comment. But really, really solid clean uptime. I think a big mistake on this map would be dropping a second TC here. So if we see maybe, you need the 6 vills at least. If we see some vills walking out to berries, we know that second TC is coming. But I would actually love for this to be like a full-on scout, all-in scouts, going hard. As Nessy is going forward to scout. And the penguin is dropping a barracks, walling up. This feels maybe a bit like a fast castle, although we're not out on gold. We don't have... Oh, we've got the barracks, which is our second building. So we could click up. I think that would be a 23 popping up. Yeah, this is a fast castle. Oh, don't dive the TC, Ness. Yep. Oh, rip. Rip. It's a bit unfortunate. You can just run away from the scout now, though. And second TC right on the gold. Excellent. Golden berry secured. And it's going to be boom time. Instant bit axe, getting that house down. We housed. And that's good. And going out to gold. So we'll just need to pull in 2 troops from these guys. Oh, we've got looms, so 3 trips. I think we're going to see a bit of Saracenio market abuse to get up. And pause from the players, but sort it out pretty quickly. As we see the second TC nearing completion, and this is when the humans get booming. See all that wood. I just want to see farms. No, a barracks. Interesting. So are we going to do one of those hybrid boom aggression plays? I think we need to read the slow uptime from the Saracen player as a bit of an FC. Interesting. And here we go. We're going to bop a blacksmith and we're going to bop the world's cheapest. I can't predict anything today. Nothing is going right. What are you doing, West? Okay. Blacksmith stable. Ah! No mill. No mill. And spear defense from the Ness, and we are dropping the scouts. So I think Nessy needs to be careful that the food eco doesn't get too out of control. I'd love to see some farms being dropped, possibly from the gold villages. As we see Castle Age in for our Saracen player. This is actually going to be interesting. This is kind of possibly the worst case scenario for the human player. To be committing to a feudal army and feudal boom whilst your opponent is fast castling. And building a mill so we can get to our famous economy building. But I don't think we're going to see a forward castle as we force a bit of idle time with our scout. Yeah, just really smart by Nessy to leave it there. Mobile flesh outpost. And we see some farms coming down. And getting to the market will be slightly after the Saracen player, but I don't think they'll have abused it too much by then. And we're getting our farms, which is really nice. Do we get horse collar? Not yet. Might like to see that pop through if we could. And I'd probably like to see these berries being taken a little bit as well, just to take advantage of their presence, as we see the Saracen player getting all the eco bonuses. Now, I think the worst thing you can do in this situation as the Saracen player is go for a boom. I think you need to be aggressive. You need to counterbalance the human boom, and we see a TC. And this could be where the advantage gets lost, as Nessy being really active with the scouts, which is really good, and will confirm the TC. So actually, as the human player, you don't mind seeing that, I don't think. I think you're happy to see commitment to a TC. As you're ahead on the boom. Penguin's actually done a really good job of keeping their TC running through everything. It's a bit harder as the human player, but we're now getting to that point where you've got 12 on farms. We just need to keep dropping farms. A little bit of market abuse and the human player is up. This is a pretty fast human boom. We just got to make sure we keep TC ticking. And Nessy is up as well. And camels on their way. Now, I actually don't mind the human player going heavy step lances into the camels, as long as they get all the attack upgrades. Are Saracen camels though? Now it's gonna be interesting to see how this game plays out. It's been pretty much a boom fest so far. A lot of speculation. I think the action's about to begin. We are seeing the stable commitment from our human player. And getting their upgrades. Need to get bloodlines. We need some upgrades on the Saracen units too. And this is a good opportunity just to be able to check. No forging, no armor, no bloodlines yet. Saracen's not really needing bloodlines as fast for their scouts. And the third TC for the Saracen player. So starting to catch up in eco a little bit. A little bit behind on the res collected. Having the higher numbers for the longer period of time actually more important. And camels for the human player. Horse collar coming in. We're just booming. The couple of spears are going to do really well here. You see like, the HP advantage these camels have. But that spears, yeah, that was big. 2 spears just do enough. I really would like to see steppies mixed in here. I know it's probably not quite the right move, but monks, okay. Nessy loves his monks. Very good monk player. And being quite active. Being quite good on the front and kind of keeping Penguin back in the base, but we do see Pike is in. And I don't know if this is a fight we want to take just yet. Bloodlines coming in, very good. Let's get these monks into the action, and that's where we can start to really swing some fights. Monk's definitely the correct move here. And seeing the reaction from both players, is this a relic monk? Might be a relic monk. And pikemen in for Nessy as well. So it's going to be pike, camels, monks for both players. Which I think you probably I think both players will be quite happy with that. I think the slightly better Saracen Camels into the slightly better human economy. Having said that, PP has taken the lead in views, been on 3 TCs. They are catching in res collected. I think that wheelbarrow upgrade really important, and they are looking to come forward. Now, have they clicked? Oh, just passing. Good reaction. But let's get this. Yeah, let's get the spears in, and the monks coming. This should be a good fight. Well done by PP to pull back. You want to keep that army alive. And sending their monk forward too, which is important. Ding, ding, ding. Ooh. Or getting the full HP conversion versus a full HP conversion. But that's a trade you want to take as the human player because the HP on the Saracen Camel is higher. Whoop, and the monk will go down. And they're kind of just trading numbers okay here. They both got very similar military numbers. A little bit more production from our human player. A little bit more investment into the macro from our Saracen player. Would love to get that monk in healing. Just fixing up that HP. I heard some healing. It's over here. And a couple of monks in for the Saracen player. And Penguin doing a good job with the 3 relics. That will add up. Oof. And getting that monk into heal, which is really nice. And doing maybe a slightly better job. Oh, Nessy wants to see the hair. It's a mess at the moment too. Damn. I was just going to say, Nessy doing a good job with getting the pike numbers out. Just getting really healthy pike numbers. And I was curious for the fletching, but we do see a castle. Are we going to see kippies? Oh, thank you, baby. Now, oh, look at that gold float. You just buy your way to Imp now. Imp timing's going to be critical, right, for these players. And forward castle for PP. But big boy, oh, 7 vills. Is that enough? We're going to see this? Oh, no. I think both castles are just going to go down. No, Pike's moving into position. Let's go. Take the fight. Get in there, babe. Go up. This castle could get denied. There's not enough vills. There's really good army numbers. Some good walls. But this is a huge fight for Nessy. This is a huge fight for Nessy. Ooh. Can we deny this castle? That's a big cleanup on the army. There is a palisade gate, and that is a weakness here. There's not enough vills. If we can hit this palisade gate. Oh, it's just going to go up in time, I think. It's just going to go up in time. Oh, do we get in? Oh, clutch repairs. Clutch repairs, but in the meantime, the Cumin Castle is up. Hip checks are being made. Saracen Castle does go up. And is it going to be Mamelukes versus Kipchaks? I really like the Kipchak switch. I think that's really intelligent. Ballistics, Bodkern, getting forging for our melee units, but Penguin clicks up to Imp. And that castle into Imp timing is really important. But the Penguin does not know about this castle, and it does not know about the Imp switch. Can our human player, who's dropping their 3rd TC, whilst the Saracen player is on 4, can they hold for long enough? Imp isn't too far away for them. But the military production and that fight leading into the... Oh, this could be huge. No, the vills get pulled back. But just cleaning the military numbers as Imp is on the way for Penguin was really good for Nessy, as they can just get into a good position. And Mameluke High, the kip check switch, check, I don't know, there's a way around it. We've been a little bit too, throwing our army a little bit too easily here, but it's okay. And we're just going to need that Imp transition for Nessy. We are getting some nice eco damage here. And there's the tower, the woodline tower. Nessy just can't see it. Plenty of wood out here though, so that should be fine. And we are dragging that army out of position. So Imp should be in for the Cumin player shortly. Excellent. And it's just going to be about 3 minutes of holding. Ah, there's a little hidden mining camp there. Thought these hills must be long distancing. Now, I don't think we want to reveal kip checks too early. Hopefully we see that they get a path under the castle, because this could be... Oh, the castle's not going to hit no ballistics, that's fine. But the Mamelukes are out. Let's see how this battle goes. Boom. Let's see the micro. Get on the hill. It's kind of... Oh, the kip check range maybe not quite enough. Needed to get on the hill, I think. Yeah, the Mamelukes have melted them. Kip checks suck. Who likes kip checks? Kip checks suck. Is that when Nessy's like, I'm just going to stop playing kip checks? Yeah, I think he... Oh, got the Tower War, actually, and Perilous Penguin's just given up on it. I think you do need full upgrades and a really big mass with the kip checks, or you just need to use their hyper mobility and like hit and run and hit and run and hit and run. And it's a lot of micro. But I'm just worried that Penguin doesn't know about this castle. And they're about to find out. I'm worried that Penguin hasn't added siege. They've given Nessy this moment in time. And yeah, it was a human feudal boom plus feudal aggression into a fast castle boom. So it's played out quite differently. But lack of trebs is going to be an issue, and we're going to lose our castle. And Mameluke is kind of our win condition at the moment. Do I see any tech switch? But we do need trebs, and trebs are going to be in first for Penguin. That's a really good switch. And a secondary castle, which is really important. So Penguin playing actually quite nicely here, doing the right things, getting the right techs. I don't know what Cubans have as an answer against Mamelukes. I really don't know. Trebs is their best answer. You do need archers, really. You need to take advantage of the fact that they've got low base pierce armor. If you can get camels in close enough, but humans only have... They don't have access... Jeez, what's the point? Yeah, and the Cumin Archer line sucks. That's what I mean. Cumins don't really have an answer to Mamelukes. Your best answer to Mamelukes is Trebs. But Halberdier, kip check. We're getting the kip checks in. I think if we can get a secondary castle, we can hold, we can push. And, oh, this is big. But I think Nessy's given up on this part of the economy. And getting some nice raids in, actually. So, doing a good job. There's a lot of idle eco. As we see elite Mameluke coming in, which means the commitment's to only 2 trebs. Now, do kip checks get siege bonus? I think they might. But just got to now pull out and get the kip checks in and get the helms in. Before elite comes in, this could be a huge fight. There's no micro on the Mamelukes. They're going to get melted by the helms that get up close. And this is the Mameluke numbers going to nothing just as elite comes in. This is really big for the Cumin player. But we are going to lose that castle. And elite is now in. Can we get the traps? Yes. No, we're going to save the castle. Micro from the kippies. Kippies are the right move. Getting a trap's huge. Wonderful. Now pull back. Pull back. Don't die. You lose three kip checks. So the kip checks need that meat shield. And the Cuban player with the aggressive secondary castle, but holding here. And yeah, getting some good value on the raid still. Just needs to keep holding this position. The singular trap is doing its job. We have lost it, but the Mameluke numbers have not been allowed to get up, and the Helbs are really getting in and doing a good job here. There's some really, really well microed fights and really well taken fights from our human player here, and that has been a bit thematic of the game so far, as this castle is going to do its job, unfortunately. But this castle, ooh, might not make it up. Oh, it's a bit of a disaster. And the Saracen player are holding quite well now. They've cleared up the kip check mass. They're getting their hike numbers up. They've got 3 trebs out. They've denied that castle. It's going to be hard for our human hero here. And the GG's call. I think that's really well played by Perilous Penguin. And I think we can actually have a really tight tournament if this is the quality of players that we've got. Well drafted, well played into the matchup. I think made the right decisions. Maybe a little bit too tentative early, but got such a big boom off that I don't think it was the bad move in the end. I don't know if the GG was necessarily too early. I think it's Saracens against Saracens. Humans are kind of out of steam at this point. I don't really, unless you can get to Siege Onager or Onager even. Which you did research? Did you even have a Siege workshop? Why is it telling me you researched it? Was that all they get access to? I'm now confused. Anyway, the Perilous Penguin takes game 1. So let's go into game 2, which will be on Nessy's home map, which is Hyper Random Hybrid. So we have the Penguin in purple again, and Nessy in blue, and it is a reverse switcheroo. It's Saracens into the Italians, and again, Hypnos, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. I think we've got a good matchup for our purple play here, as Hyper Random Hybrid has given us a Nomad-esque map with 2 TCs. Berries are about standard. Sheep have got a little bit more. Gold's all over the place, but not too bad. Penguin not happy with the 2 TC start. Good gold patch there. Fish, woo, lots of fish. Wood, pretty standard. And a heavy pikeman. That's a bit rude. That's a bit rude. What the pikemen do to be heavy? And the 2 TC has been so close is interesting. Let's have a look at this bad boy. Let's see, a nice little boar lure for an Italian player. So Italians on a 2 TC start, cheaper up times. That's should be pretty nice. They should be able to get up a little bit faster. Saracens obviously with the market. But this should be really interesting to see how the players go about it. We know it's hybrid, right? So we know there's going to be water, and I think both players should know that. They've both seen it. Yeah. Ooh, this boar's got a bit of food on him. 460. This boar's going to evaporate. You think you're Mongols for a second. As both players have got very similar starting bases. So resource-wise, there's 52k gold on the map. There's quite a lot of gold. There's 12k stone. I think we could see a bit of a full-on. Could be an interesting battle. I think again the Saracens' water is going to be important. I think maybe they have to go into the archers line against the Italians. I think the Saracen Archer Rush could be quite useful here. So let's see what happens. Or even crossbow, because you kind of just skip feudal age when you play 2 TCs. Oh, Snow Leopard. Let's see how the heavy pike goes against him. Just runs back to the TC. Oh. Oh dear. It's quite a quick boy, that heavy pike. And we see the dock for our blue hero. And oh, the heavy pike took 30 HP damage there. So not great, but the Snow Leopard's going to be a bit perilous. And penguins! The penguin with penguins! Are they attacking penguins? That could be really interesting. And hopefully we'll see a dock soon from our Italian player. The cheap fishing ships will actually make a really big difference here. But it looks like we're just going to go for a bit of a standard build. Not all penguins attack superheroes, so it depends on how they were coded in. I don't know if the hyper random ones do. I know they do on a specific map. So we're just going to have to wait and see if someone gets near them. I like banning the femboys myself, Nessy. That's how you get modded, I think. Lack of other mods. Now we see Penguin with, well, Femboy is the name of the person I banned. That's all. Yeah, Nessy has struggled a little bit with the idle TC time, but 3 fishing ships. The eco numbers are a little bit similar. Just taking a minute to get going, but I think on a 2 TC start it really doesn't matter. As we see the dock coming down now for the Italian player. And the cheaper Italian fishing ships will be pretty important. Oh, triple ball lure. That's actually so worth it. 1,300 food, but you've also got 3 jags coming for you. So funny little map, this one. I don't think I would enjoy playing hyper random hybrid. So I think it's maybe a smart choice by Nessy to put people into uncomfortable positions. But Penguin seems to be, I mean, he's a penguin, right? They're a penguin. They are a penguin. They want that hyper random experience. This is a heavy pikeman. I don't know if they're just on a different diet. I'm not sure. And fishing ships getting pumped out for the Italian player. Those cheaper fishing ships will start to add up. But 6 on fish already, 7 on fish already for the Saracen player, as we see eco numbers starting to level out a little bit. And both players, well, Italians are up with that cheaper uptime, and we should see the Saracen player up shortly. So both players going to be up at pretty similar times, which is nice. Second dock for the Italian player, so I think we're going to see a bit of water play. Neither player really scouting the opposition base at this stage. I want to see someone run into a penguin to see if they actually attack or not. Ooh, the long distancing of berries, is that going to impact the mill? Yeah, and we did see the the mill here from, well, the 2 mills from our Italian player. But I think we're going to see feudal aggression, maybe, from both players. I don't think either of them will have the res to go for a fast castle. So where are the penguins on the map? I should do a double click thing. There's only 8 penguins. So there's 3 here. There's 3 here. Where are the other ones? There's 3 up there. Okay. Hang on, that means he ran through. So the penguins didn't attack the pikemen, which is a shame. But will they attack docking vills? Who knows? And Perilous with stone walls for days. And we'll be dropping a market and a... And Nessy going out to mill the deer. So the mill will come up in a pretty nice time. We do have 4 galleys on the way. And yeah, maybe a bit of a fast castle boom play here from the Italian player. But with an archery range. So stone walls. So definitely worried about that Saracen archers coming in and creating havoc. But Saracen galleys should be a bigger concern. And Castle Age is in for the penguin. The Saracen player can easily drop a market and do what they need to do, but I think we're going to be looking to do a bit of damage on water, which hasn't been a huge commitment from our Italian players so far. And they're pretty, I think they're going to be pretty happy to sit at home and work into Gembo. I think that's what the penguin's going to do, a bit of a boom. Range is a good move, I do like that, and they're making archers, so... As we see, market, barracks, maybe a blacksmith. Yep. There could be a range play from both players. I do like the archer addition. As the galleys are slowly making their way around. And we're going to see heavy pike on heavy pike action. Ooh. We snipe the Vil or the heavy pike. And a fire ship. Really well-timed fire ships for the penguin. I didn't even see them in production. So the penguin actually defending really well. Setting their eco up really well. We do have Nessy on their way to Castle Age as well. And looks like a 2-range play. And both of the heavy pikemen just fading into the nutritional value of that fish, I suppose. And a 3rd TC on a 2 TC start. How do people do it? But plenty of safe fish. Probably do need to maybe redock. And 4 fire ships coming forward. Stone mining coming in. This is definitely Gembo. Definitely a Gembo play. Now, how the archer number is going to go for the Saracen player. Ooh. Has either player seen this? I just noticed it. We've got trading docks. That's pretty cool. Okay. Docks to trade with. Nobody noticed that. That would have been pretty epic. But you're not going to scout the middle, right? Scout the edges. Like Nessy's seen everything but that. And this is the 1 fire ship left at home. That's a hole. Yeah, neither player's seen the ports. That's crazy. You now know on the hyper random scout the corners, Ness. You might get a trading port. We see a bit of micro here, but I think water is going to be hard to fight for the Saracen player here. I think they've also got the biggest advantage from water so far. And looks like we're moving into archers. And there is a forward castle potential for our Saracen player here. And that castles and crossbows could be a pretty good Pretty good way of going about this. Turning this into a land game after getting the early advantage on water. And here it is. Now there is 2 archers, but we haven't got crossbow, we haven't got bodkin, we haven't even got fletching yet. So defensive castle for the Italian player, which is good. Yeah, I agree 100% superhero. I think this castle into an imp play, into big crossbow numbers, is going to be really hard to deal with. The boom commitment from the penguin means that they're just going to be so far away from imp. As we see university coming down, so ballistics is being thought of. It is going to require a bit of market manipulation to get there, but I actually think it's very possible. And I think you could kind of just throw everyone onto gold. Just bang gold. Bang. There's no gold out here. Stone. And Pavise. Pavise only gives, if I remember correctly, only gives condos and Genbo extra armor. It doesn't apply to the crossbowman line. We still see neither player having scouted the docks on the outside. And Nessy just taking that forward position and being active with the crossbows, which I like. It does to foot archers as well. Okay, there you go. I obviously don't pay enough attention to text. I only think about it for convents. I was like, could just look at some stats, right? +2 armor. Yeah. 0 +2 armor. Oh yeah, yeah. I get 1 extra pierce armor. I don't know why I thought it was 2. But that wall melts to the Saracen player. Crossbows, which can just wander on in. And getting forging. So I wonder if we've got a bit of a tech switch coming up. Whoa. And ballistics coming in as well. Ballistics will be huge because it means we're going to start taking a lot better fights. But the penguin is just defending quite nicely here. And I still think I'd like to see Nessy selling their way up to get to imp and just really putting the hammer down. And skirmishers are being added in. And knight's been added by the Saracen player. So we're going to go for a bit of raiding. We dive the TC, unfortunately. So knight's been added from home. Oh man, Nessy can do it now. Nessy can just sell up to imp. But Perilous Penguin actually can do the same. Absolutely can do the same. So both players probably going to have pretty similar imp timings, but the penguin just booming. Just absolutely booming. Oh, these bills are all going to get picked off? No. They're just going to get allowed to... The crossbows there will do their job. As we see, Penguin just loves adding TCs. And is up to imp. And has just held this position really nicely. Nessy on their way to imp now. But this is just a huge boom from Perilous Penguin. Defended really, really nicely, actually. Defended really nicely. The early stone walls, the TC placements, the reaction for the castle. Penguin looking pretty strong here. But again, it all comes down to how this fight can come down. If we can take the castle, if we can take the economy, it won't matter. Nessy is being the aggressor in terms of army. And it is just crossbow v crossbow at this point in time. Knights are getting some good value. 5 kills already. So I like Penguin's position, but they're going to have to do a lot to hold it, I think. And we see a barracks transition. Is it going to be condos? Is it going to be Ekman? But the Knights getting 10 eco kills so far. And Penguin adding a second castle, which is the right move. You always want to try and produce 2 lots of trebs. It's maybe a little bit late, but should have a treb out. Should be able to get the treb on a equal terrain. Worker efficiency, yeah, the idle eco is quite low for Nessy and quite high for the Penguin. And Arbalester is in. Let's get Bracer. Still got a couple of galleys. Just chilling next to the snow leopards. Just got to hold this castle long enough. I've been saying it a bit today, but holding this position is the most important thing. But I don't think we have repair vills close enough. As the arbs come in, and it is condos. And Bracer is in. Bracer is a really important upgrade here. And Arb is still a little while away for the Penguin, and the Penguin does not have Bracer, so this is a really good fight for Nessy. And no treb's been produced from this castle, so if we can take this treb out, I mean, we should, and we are actually focusing down the trebs rather than the castle. So that's pretty big. We've traded army there, but the treb is taking 1 treb out's pretty big. And now we've got a bit of a hill advantage here. And the castle repair's coming in. We're not going to be able to dive this treb, but we are with the mango. Oh, is it shooting the castle? It's been tasked onto the castle. We're going to lose the treb for nothing. This is actually really good for Nessy. Gets the treb. Can take this position. Now we're creating trebs here. Still not making trebs here. Penguin is out of stone. Penguin is out of stone. Nessy with the second treb coming out. We have lost the mangonel. But this castle is not long for the world. I'd love to see more than 2 repair vills. I'd love to see these all on their way. And these crossbows just doing a really good job. Sorry, these arbalesters just doing a really good job of dealing with the army from the Penguin. The Penguin is down to 62 eco units. Where are those Knights? They're dead, but the Penguin's down to 62 eco units. Nessy has raided to death. Raided to death. Is going to hold this castle position. I thought I saw a second treb on the way for Nessy, but I may have missed it. And is going to lose Arbalestus to the castle fire again, but keeps noticing the castle is clicked onto the castle, and we're going to lose a castle as the treb goes down, though. As the treb goes down. I think Nessy just needs to hold composure. This treb needs to live at all costs. We need army behind it. We need another castle. We need maybe bombard cannons. Chemistry not in for either player yet. And here's the second castle. Just need to consolidate our position a little bit here. Penguin just has a bit more resources in the bank than Nessy, but Nessy getting the eco up and running. And this Treb's accuracy has not been helping. And actually, Penguin has been forced into a lot of buying of stone. So that is really going to hurt their economy. And this is the key, right? Penguin's found some gold, but if this is the Treb going down, it's a big hit. And the repairs on the Trebs. Penguin has just wasted so many Trebs into this position. And if we can get the ARB numbers up, if we can get another Treb out, Nessy can do this. Nessy can do this. Condos just don't have the pierce armor. They got the speed, they just don't have the pierce armor at the moment. Oh, we're diving the Treb. Okay. It's good from the Penguin. That Treb has kind of done its job, but we just need more Trebs in production. And Penguin is just still buying gold. Buying stone. 630 gold spent on stone. And Treb on its way. I think siege is the key. Siege is always the key. I've seen it too often where lack of siege comes undone. And I think it's been a big issue for the Penguin, and I think Superhero is 100% right. Bombard cannon from either player could have been huge. But the Eco's in very similar positions. Idle TC, Nessy's been doing a better job at adding in, but he's also not on 17 TCs, so that does make a difference. It's very, yeah. So just to add Kados, we had a very early Pavise in Castle Age, so that has been in. The condo switch is probably not the right move against Arbalester. I agree. And Nessy always targeting the Trebs, so trying just to win the Treb battle, which is important. And Nessy adding a second. Yeah, what we needed all along, a second Treb. And now under the castle fire, the condos should just die. Nessy taking the score lead. Probably a bit more micro to get back. But under castles, they're just going to... Yeah, they're diving... Oh, does the Treb stay up? Almost. But we wasted all our condos there. This castle's going to finally go down. Surely this castle finally goes down. The army numbers are in place. We can't waste the condos on the Treb. We're going to. And the Arbs are doing their job. The castle goes down. And the GG's call. And we have the set at 1-all. And I think that's a good 1-all. I think Nessy played the aggression well there. They fought the boom off. They equaled it. There's some good raids. I do want to go back. I did make a note to myself that I wanted to go back and have a look at these two knights. 16 eco kills on the two knights. 17 eco kills on the two knights. And like you see at this point, there's got to be some other eco kills Nessy gets somewhere. Jesus. Jesus. Is this Yertle? Is this Yertle? The knight eventually 28 eco kills on those two knights, and that's where the equalization occurred. Those two knights were clutch. No, you just let them. You just sent them into the eco, and like it's one of those things where it's like, you probably didn't even know they were alive for that long. You don't know how much damage they did. 28 eco kills. Killed the farming economy, which is actually really big, I think. And that was a nice fun set.